welcome back to Guillotines and Guitars here in the Guillotines and Guitar Studio here in Hartsville, South Carolina.
You nailed that one.
That's good.
Boy,
Sounded good.
I'm telling you, that was very professional. I said it twice. I had to get my point across.
And people still don't know where we are.
We're in Hartsville somewhere.
We just got done with our guillotine segment of the show.
Oh my God! And was it something else?
Now we're moving on to the guitars, which is music artist who wears mask or makeup
Or costumes.
Yes.
Because it's Halloween time for us right now.
That's right.
It's going to be just a little bit past Halloween when this video comes out. But
Can I get a little werewolf in here somewhere?
No. You're going to get just me right now. Just the werewolf of London talking to you right now. Just to say we're talking about costumes because it's around Halloween time for us right now. When this video comes out, it'll be past time. However, we're still talking about costumes that music artists, musicians wear.
You're on it, buddy.
I am.
You're
I got it.
right on it.
I got it. I nailed that one.
Yes, you did.
Carry on.
All right. So, I got a lot of bands in mind right now with either mask, whether it be face paint or something.
Well, I think if we're gonna get right into it, one of my favorite bands.
Hold on.
My favorite
Wait,
bands.
I feel like you guys are jumping the gun just a little bit.
Oh, we
We
are.
are.
I feel like you're going a little too far, too fast.
I think we did a shot.
Yes. Before we do every subject, just like always, we take a shot. And one of our favorite shots to do are the twisted shots. This one is brought to you by Trey Davis that bought this one. Scott bought the last round. This is from me. Boys in the studio, this is the buttery nipple from Twisted Shots.
Oh my God, these are the ones I.
Yeah. Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man, I had the... Oh, I'm sorry about that. That's alcohol abuse, isn't it?
It is. It busted open.
I got another one if you needed.
Nope.
You got it?
I'm good. I'll take it like it is.
All right, here we go.
All right, boys.
Hold on,
You
wait,
ready?
hold on. No, I got a bunch of stuff going on back here. I had to move stuff around.
That son of a gun had some booze in it, buddy.
Yes, it did, John Bird. All right.
Woo.
We're talking about guitars. We're talking about bands with mask or makeup. What you got? I know it's going to be Kiss.
Yeah.
I know it. I already know it, Scott. Go ahead.
I know that's the first band that everybody thinks of is Kiss.
But
When you
there's
talk
so
about
many
costumes and makeup.
bands out there. with
There
makeup.
are, but you gotta give it to them. Kiss is the band that everybody thinks of first.
I think Kiss is the one who started it all.
I don't think so.
They were
I disagree.
One of the ones,
I disagree too.
but they were the ones who became mainstream with it.
Yeah, it took it to another level.
Took it,
Yeah.
took it to a catastrophic level because they blew up, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, Kiss was a little before my time when they started.
That was a long
was
time
that?
ago. I'm just you just dropped me with that. It was a little before your time.
They were. Kiss was a little bit before my time.
So they was hiding for pterodactyls and stuff.
Pterodactyls.
I got questions.
Let me throw a little bit of knowledge on you real quick,
Oh, here we go.
if I could, if you don't mind. Everybody knows Kiss with the makeup and the, we'll call it in costumes.
with the bat wings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Oh, it was costumes. They were all wearing costumes.
Well, let me ask you. So Scott is the biggest Kiss fan in this room. Scott, when, without looking at your phone or anything, when did Kiss form?
I think,
Just a guess.
in the mid 70s,
No, early 70s,
72.
73. But
Okay.
but let me go back and remind you of somebody.
You was a teenager then.
No, that was before I was born.
Right. Well, I know that, but I'm just saying, like, as a Kiss fan, you kind of know, and you were kind of right, around early 70s, mid 70s. So 73 is when they were formed. Now, I don't know if that's in 73 is when they formed. When did they start with the makeup? That part I don't know. I don't think they started immediately, but I think it was pretty quick. I think it was pretty early.
It was after the Chimney Sweeper got
What?
he was the drummer. The Chimney Sweeper.
What is he talking about? The Chimney Sweeper?
I don't know. I think they went a few years, and then they because before they were
You
Kiss,
totally just skipped me on that. I was not even funny. The first drummer of Kiss was a Chimney Sweeper. That was his job, and they had no makeup.
But we're not talking about. Okay.
but
All right.
is that true?
I was leading it up.
I don't know.
to
I
it.
see where you're going. I'm just okay. Okay. Let me just throw this point out there, and then we'll do some research and find out where we're at. So we said 73 is when the band was formed.
That was when Kiss was formed.
Yes, and we're assuming it was a little bit of time, but probably not too long before they started wearing the makeup.
Sweeping chimneys.
But I'm going to go back to 1967 and talk about a band called Genesis, where your lead singer, Peter Gabriel, at the time, was known for wearing extreme costumes and head masks and things like that on stage. So I want to go before Kiss and say that Peter Gabriel, because I don't think the rest of the band was doing the stuff that Peter was doing, but Peter was wearing the costumes and the head masks and all this crazy stuff on stage, and that's what he was known for. Now we have to go back and do the research and find out, when did Peter Gabriel start that? Was it in 67 when he started the band, or was it a little bit later? And then when Kiss started in 73, was Kiss doing the makeup before Peter Gabriel was wearing the crazy stuff?
Now, I don't think Kiss was the first band who donned makeup and stage attire. I think they drew from, like you said, Peter Gabriel did before them, and I think there was bands before Peter Gabriel who, used
something
costumes or something.
Theatrics.
Theatrics.
Well, and Alice Cooper. I think that was. When was Alice Cooper?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Alice Cooper would,
That's a good
would be
one.
before Kiss, I think.
Before Kiss?
I think.
Let's do some research and find out. Let's find out when Alice Cooper
Or
started.
around the same time as Kiss.
So no, I am just looking up Alice Cooper, and I'm looking up these bands like when they started. I don't know when they started wearing the
makeup,
makeup and things like that. So yeah, that's of course Wikipedia is going to throw me off.
Will y'all correct me if I'm wrong though?
No,
Quite right.
Alice Cooper, 1964, by the way.
No, okay. Quite right. Never wore makeup.
The guy with the mask.
That was just for the album
That
cover.
was the mascot.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. You know who played for Quiet Riot originally? Or not originally, but early? Randy Rhoads.
From Ozzy?
Yeah.
Before he went to Ozzy, yeah.
Holy
He
crap.
was in Quite Right.
I didn't know that.
So, if we do our 6 degrees of separation, we go to who Frankie from the drummer from Quiet Riot.
Frankie Benelli.
When we did the show with him. Yeah.
Yeah. We could say 6 degrees of separation.
That's literally what I just said. But you're right. If we did that.
Go from Chris
We go-
to Frankie Benali.
No, not Chris. Me. Because
Well,
it's
Chris
me.
also.
To Frankie Benali.
Frankie-o.
So, and then he goes,
I want Chris to feel involved in this. So
okay,
I'm very
there you go.
involved
Well,
in
he is the drummer, and you got.
Okay.
So he met Frankie. There's a picture of you with Frankie,
Yes.
and there's a picture with Frankie with Randy Rhoads.
So technically, I'm close to Randy Rhoads. 6 degrees away from Sunday,
That's right.
including Saturday.
There you go. All right.
I guess so.
All right. Let's move on. All right. So anyway, I had to jump in there and go with
we
Kiss.
wasted like
but
3 minutes there.
it might have been more than that. That's fine. Actually, looking at my clock, it's about 10. But go ahead.
That's great. I still got time to sleep.
Yeah.
But you mentioned Alice Cooper, and I was sitting here thinking, how far back did he wear makeup? It may have been further than Kiss. I don't know.
I actually think it was. I'm not sure, but was it? Trey, didn't you?
So You know, Alice Cooper, wasn't his makeup like based off of Betty Davis? Didn't he base his makeup off
Betty
of
Davis
her?
eyes?
I think
Back
it
then.
was based off of he darkened his eyes, and he had white makeup on, and then he put like the lines. I don't know if he got it from a clown or something.
I feel like I remember reading or watching something somewhere that said that his character on stage was based off of Betty Davis. And I guess we'd have to go back and look that up. But that's in my mind. What I've got here real quick says he started wearing makeup in 1970 after seeing a poster of a clown's face with spidery makeup in his hotel room. Spidery makeup? The band's original bass player, Dennis Dunaway, says the poster inspired Alice's signature eye makeup. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it came from that. So I don't know where I got Betty Davis from.
I think that's what it was. I think it was like the spider web thing, and he just did the lines up and down.
This is also some AI shit that comes from Google that they put up there first. So let's not let that hold a whole lot of water. That's AI, so they get information from lots of different places and put it out there. But let's say it's correct. The bassist Dennis Dunaway recited that the night that they came up with the idea was from her.
That's interesting.
Or from this picture.
So, okay, that was the beginning of time. So let's move on.
Early 70s, yeah.
Early 70s. So this is
Late 60s.
I haven't done my research on this, but
What?
I know.
Are you kidding me right
know-
now? You haven't done research for
I
the
haven't.
topic for
I
this
really
show?
haven't. I'm mainly just asking questions. I got questions.
Yep.
So, Gwar.
Yes.
That's one of my.
That's gonna be
Where did they? What year did they come into?
And
I know they're an old band.
And they all have they're all really good musicians. And I'll be honest with you, as a guitar player, I don't know how their guitar players play the way they do with these big giant masks.
I mean,
Yeah,
It's
but
not only masks, but they have the whole costume.
But I would assume that those costumes are pretty light. I would assume that.
they have names to their
Have you
costumes.
watched some of their videos?
Yeah, oh yeah. I have. So they started in.
It looks like their hand comes up to the guitar. It's right here. It's like
It's huge.
it's like,
yeah, it's
like
insane.
huge.
It don't look comfortable to play. I'm like,
No, but they're
they had
still
to do
wide
that
open.
for a
and-
whole hour and a half.
Their lead guitar players. I know they had I think it was the lead guitar player that passed away that they replaced later, but
And
but
also the singer passed away. They got a new
the singer too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they started in 1984, so that was a little.
84 that's
That was a little bit later.
I was born that year.
That was a good year. As soon as Chris was born, everybody put masks on.
But I had no clue that that was how late they started.
84.
So
yeah.
they kind of.
Have you ever watched a lot of videos from Gore?
Hold on, I got a story that you told me. You got in trouble with your wife showing your daughter a video of Gore chopping something's head off.
No,
What
that was Alice Cooper.
Yeah,
Alice
I was about to say
that's right.
he took his daughter to see Alice Cooper get her his head chopped off.
That's right.
No, I didn't take her. We were watching a video.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you took her. Okay.
No,
And Sierra's like, "What are you doing?" You was like, "What?" I was just showing.
What happened was I was watching a video of Alice Cooper trashes the world, a concert video, and my daughter come in and she was like, "What are you watching, Daddy?" I was like, "Oh, this is Alice Cooper." I was like,
Who's she? Who's she?
Yeah. Who is she?" I was like, "Well, it's a guy." I was like, "It's not a she." Even though it's got a girl's name, you know.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
But yeah, so anyway, it worked out where she started watching it. She was like, "Oh, well, I want to watch it." You know, I was like, "Well, you can watch it." I was like, "But there's some stuff in here, Skylar, that you might not, be suitable for you." She's like, "I can handle it. I can sit, And she was sitting there on my lap, and it happened to be. It was almost picture perfect where it was on I Love the Dead, the song where Alice Cooper puts his head in the guillotine and gets his head cut off. Where I'm sitting there now. Keep in mind, I'm sitting here. My 4-year-old daughter at the time, or it might have been five, I think. 5. We're watching this, and Skylar's asking me a question. I'm like, honey, keep in mind, this is just a show. You know, none of this is real. I was like, he's gonna have his head cut off, and she's like, he's gonna get his head cut off. What do you mean, get his head cut off? I'm like, it's all pretend. It's all pretend. Is all it is. You know, I was like, it's all an illusion. You know, and so we're sitting there watching it, and about this time, as soon as they're doing Alice Cooper Band's doing "I Love the Dead," put his head in the guillotine. I'm sitting here with my daughter. I'm not even thinking at the time. I'm like, this is probably really not appropriate for a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old.
I'm waiting for Sierra to walk in.
I'm like, but at the time, I'm like, I'm not even thinking about it. I'm like,
this is awesome. She needs to see this.
I'm explaining it to her how none of it's real. And she's sitting here watching it. She wants to see what happens. And she's like, what happened? I was explaining to her. And then almost at the exact moment when the guillotine comes down and cuts Alice Cooper's head off, you know. Skylar's like, oh, you know, she jumps back like that. I'm like, baby, you know, watch this. They gonna pick his head up and it's gonna be spitting blood.
You just made it worse.
I'm like, honey, none of this is real. And we're sitting there watching this. Sierra comes walking and she's like, what are you showing our daughter?
I wish you had video of this going on.
I really do.
I turned around and I was like,
I was like, this is what he said. Well, no.
I think here's what I said. I was like, no, honey, I explained to her everything is not real on this. Here, we're gonna keep watching. And she was like, are you serious? You showing her this stuff?
I told her it wasn't real though, so it's okay. It's just like watching a horror movie when they blow their heads off. It's not real. They're fine.
She saw Faces of Death before.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did you know Faces of Death had a lot of stuff that wasn't even real?
We talked about this before.
Yeah, I just found out not like in the last year, which is crazy because this is like in the 80s, early 80s, early 90s maybe, where we watched these videos. You rented the videos with no problem. You didn't even have to be 18 or whatever, but you watch these videos. But I found out that like a major clip that stuck with me that like really affected me as a young kid was the monkey scene when they were bashing his head.
That wasn't real.
I found out later it wasn't. I just recently found out that wasn't real. So I've been going for 30 years going, oh my God, did you see what they did to the monkey?
The monkey.
There was a lot of stuff in Face of Death that wasn't real.
There was a lot that was
reanimated, you know.
Yeah, there was a lot that was because there was some real stuff that there's no way they could recreate. But anyway, going on to what you're saying. Yeah. Let me mention another band that put a costume on that I bet you didn't think about.
Who's that?
Chris. Your favorite band. My brother from 1977. And apparently they're still active. Didn't know this, but 1977, the Village People.
Oh my God, that is right. Oh my God, that is right.
Chris's favorite was the Cop, I think. I think that was his favorite.
No, it was the Construction Man.
Oh yeah, you like
with the handlebar mustache.
Yeah, you like the ones with the.
The one
you like the ones with calloused fingers and.
He did the young man.
There's a word. We got. How about
Chris liked the hard ones?
How about let's go into the DJs. The instead of your guitar players and drummers and bands, let's think about your DJs. Give me an idea.
Oh, I got it.
Give me a DJ.
The underground. Hold on. The underground. God, is something underground?
Digital Underground?
Yes, dude. That was.
Oh, you talk about Humpty with his glasses with his nose?
Yes.
Oh, the rest of them weren't dressed up though.
They was dressed like pharaohs. Some of them, like
were they?
The Egyptians. Yes.
You just think about like one. You can't base a band on one video.
Oh my God. Well,
What was the lead singer's name? He was friends with Tupac. Like they were really close.
ooh.
Hey,
Anyway, so let me,
hey,
go ahead.
I'll tell you a band that it's actually going to be not like a Halloween type costume, but it's
That's all right.
costume nonetheless. Devo.
yes,
Do you remember them?
that's
With the
another
little
one.
cones on their head?
yeah.
They're like
And
flower
they
pots.
Whip it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Whip it into shape.
Remember the video? Would whip it.
Oh yeah, everybody remembers that video. And
Oh, I can remember being an adolescent kid.
when he hits the girl with the whip and her
yeah,
dress falls
he
off.
takes her dress off. I was like, oh my God. I remember me and Ryan recording that video and, watching it back over and over.
Yeah,
again.
he kept going.
Oh, look at her.
He kept going back to that one scene.
Oh, we did.
Look at that stupid shit.
So let's go. So I was talking about DJs. Let's talk about another DJ. A DJ pair, Daft Punk. Remember with the helmets with the. No. Okay.
No, I know who you're talking
How
about.
about Dead Mouse? With the Mickey Mouse cut, not the Mickey Mouse we talked about before,
With
but the Mickey. Nope. The Mickey Mouse.
DJ.
Yeah, Dead Mouse. So that's another one I was thinking about. But as far as like people dressed up with costumes, I think about Ghost.
Ghost. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think about
And the ghouls or goblins.
well then
What was the guitar called? The ghouls or ghoul
They
one?
were the ghouls.
The
You had
Ghouls.
Ghost and
then
I think the
Ghouls.
band. Yeah, his band was called the Ghouls.
Yeah.
how about this one?
Slipknot.
Slipknot. That's the one I was going for next.
See?
Yeah.
Slipknot.
Told you.
But let's go into makeup. Who do you think? What's a band? Not
Wes Borland from Slipknot. I bet Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, West Borland. Well, but he's his. Well, I guess he counts.
Dude.
He's his own guy. He always has his own look
Dude.
that has.
Wes
but,
Borland was the man.
but somebody that I
he
was.
still does that today.
Oh,
when
for
they
sure.
play, he is.
He is very eccentric.
You can't. Yeah.
But in real life, he's got that cool little like cowboy mustache, going on.
Yeah, he really does.
Yeah, but I mean, he dresses up. It's like you can't even recognize him. It's like
No,
he still enjoys doing that stuff.
for sure.
Which which is cool. Do it.
Marilyn Manson.
Marilyn Manson's one. I guess we talk about makeup and with the contact lens, and there's another one, Insane Clown Posse.
ICP.
How about that one? Yeah,
I like
ICP
that.
for life. Guitar players, Buckethead. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Buckethead because I don't know his music, but I've seen videos of him, and the dude is phenomenal, and nobody can doubt his guitar playing.
Playing
The dude's phenomenal. He really is. But to me, I have a problem with it because you have that identity, but what do you associate with that? Like, so to me, because I don't know. I'm sure he has songs that had the fans love, but I just don't. I don't know what they are.
So, do you know anything Buckethead is
That's no,
written?
no, I don't. I don't
either.
I've only seen, but that's what I've only seen videos of. Does Buckethead play? Is it on the marquee?
I know who Buckethead is when he joined Guns N' Roses,
Right. And that was
whatever year.
And I don't care what anybody says, that was a disaster because that was Buckethead play, who is phenomenal, but that was Buckethead being himself playing Guns N' Roses.
It was him playing with Axl Rose.
Yeah, but that's right because the rest of the guys were there.
I know Axl Rose said it's the Guns N' Roses. I was like, no, it's not Guns N' Roses.
No, that was a spaghetti incident if we ever saw one.
Spaghetti incident.
So
no, but I love individually the videos that I've seen of him. He is phenomenal. The dude, he's got his own guitar line. I think the dude's phenomentle. Yeah, but I can't associate him with any songs.
But
so
that's what
we're getting off. We're getting off track a little bit, but I didn't mean to stop you. I'm just saying.
I know. He just started writing these tracks.
No. I mean, I'm saying that I think Buckethead is a great guitarist, but him on his own, I guess, would be a guy who wears some type of costume.
Yeah, I think and I'm probably going to catch flack for this if anybody sees this video. But I will compare Buckethead to and I just lost his name from Unseen.
Who?
Hold on. Nope. So my problem is I compare Buckethead to Tom Morello. I think Buckethead and Tom Morello. Yes, I do because I think both of them spend too much time hitting their little kill switch on their guitar to get some. That's as a guitar player, that's what I'm seeing. Like
I can see that, but I think their styles are drastically different. I mean,
well, yeah, because Tom Morello wants to be a DJ with a guitar.
No, but I mean,
I said that.
But with both of them hitting their kill switch, I get that because both of them do that a lot. But I can still see their styles are a lot different than they're not the same styles.
No, I didn't
playing.
I didn't mean they were the same.
Other than using their kill switch,
but they both use it a lot. They both use it like
they do. So
almost like
in that sense, yeah, they are kind of the same.
Yeah, and I don't want to take anything away from either one of them because I did just sing.
Their playing styles are a lot different.
Yeah, I did just sing the praises of Buckethead. Personally, I'm not a fan of Tom Morello. He is a great guitar player. But I'm not a fan. But when I see both of them, I go, well, they're both kind of like the same gimmick, hitting that kill switch too much. And that just bugs me. And that they got millions of fans that love it. I can't get behind that. I love the music that Tom Morello did with Audioslave and and Rage. I love it. I'm not a fan of it, but you know. But who did Buckethead play with, other than Guns N' Roses? Where
Buckethead his own.
John 5. You made me think about it. John 5 is another one.
John 5 a great guitar.
He wears a lot of makeup, but I'm not going to say anything about John 5 because that dude is awesome. Even when he hits his kill switch on the guitar, but he
hits John 5 too.
But John 5 goes on stage and plays. Now I'm not talking about Motley Crue because he's going to play the Motley Crue, the Mick Mars stuff, but his solo stuff where with his band he would do he plays some damn. I can't think of his name now from Hee Haw, because that's what he watched Hee Haw a lot back in the day, just like I did. So he could do all this Nashville picking, all this crazy
fast finger picking.
Yeah,
stuff.
he could do all. Roy Clark is who I'm thinking about, but he would do all this stuff and then go into he played with Rob Zombie, so he played with he played some White Zombie stuff and he could go back and forth just like that.
You remember when?
So that dude is one of my favorite. John 5 is one of my favorite guitar players.
He's an awesome guitarist.
Yeah,
I mean he can play. I think you could literally ask him to play anything you want to, and he can play it.
Yeah, and even on all the heavy rock stuff, he's still playing a Telecaster 99% of the time. A Telecaster. He's doing all this stuff on a Telecaster. Because that's what he grew up like. Because what I remember seeing was that he loved Hee Haw, and the Telecaster was the
Telecaster.
Telecaster was the guitar.
Yeah, he plays mostly on the Telecaster. But I saw a story with what's the singer for Nickelback?
Chad Kroger.
Yeah, Chad Kroger.
Chris Hicks.
No, Chad Kroger was telling a story. I remember reading an interview about it, and this was before anybody knew that John 5 was gonna start playing for Motley Crue. And they were having a party. I think it was for Vince Neil's birthday or something. Mm-hmm. And Chad Kroger was there, and he told a story about John 5. He said it was late at night, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Mostly everybody who was at the party had gone to bed, and said John 5 was there with his guitar, and said the guy's always has his guitar with him, playing.
A lot of those guys do.
Yeah, and it said we had a party, messing around. Said here's John 5 at the party. Nobody else has any instruments or anything. Here's John 5 coming up with his guitar.
and can play anything they want.
And he said he sat there for the rest of the night, from like 3 in the morning to 6 in the morning, and played Motley Crue's whole catalog from the first album, second album, third album, fourth album, fifth album, sixth album, seventh album. played every song.
Could do all of it way before anybody even thought about asking him to be part of the band.
And he said, you know, Chad was like, we knew he was going to be in the band but the word hadn't got out that he was going to be the new guitarist for Motley Crue. But said, I was there in awe. Like, he went through like the first album, you know, and played every song.
He was
second album. I mean, he said went through every album. He said we sat there for like 5 hours while he went through every Motley Crue song from their catalog, playing every song. You know,
and could play it lick for lick.
Yeah, play it lick for lick.
Yeah, he was on. You remember Nikki Sixx had a podcast called Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
And he would have guitarists come on and have them play their favorite riff. And like that was the idea behind the show was to have these guitar players come in and say, you know, what's your favorite riff or like what did you grow up on, that kind of stuff.
And let them play it and see how it was different from the original.
And I've got as a guitar player, I've got lots of people that I look up to. So he had Joe Bonamassa on there, who I love, but my favorite episode was the one with John. And the funny thing is, I guess they were like friends anyway. I think him and Tommy were friends more than him and Nikki, but they still like knew each other. Maybe I'm backwards on that, but it was like two friends just hanging out. You had no idea their cameras were even rolling. And he's asking him about and John just goes off on this stuff, and he's on his Telecaster, and he's played his little Nashville pick and stuff that he talks about that he watched, you know, people do on Hee Haw. And and then like here's this guy who just, you know, watched Hee Haw, and he's playing some of the best rock. He could play all the best rock songs on the guitar, just like everybody else. All the stuff that you've ever heard, he could play it on a Telecaster without a whammy bar, without special pedals and all this kind of stuff. But I was impressed by that. So that's one of my favorite episodes of Nikki Sixx's Sixth Sense podcast was John 5.
Yeah, and I've seen the episode too, and I've seen it
a few times. Yeah,
I'm like it's something else. But yeah, John 5 he's an amazing guitar.
Get on your microphone there when you talk sometimes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Not sometimes, but all the time, please.
But yeah, John 5 he's an amazing guitarist. But yeah, and he going back to our episode tonight, John 5 wears a lot of makeup. You know, he puts on a persona.
Yeah.
But you know what I think is cool is, you know, he's playing with Motley Crue now, but Motley Crue allows him to carry on his persona because on his side of the stage, where his mic is, they have this big swinging mic
with the big 5 on it.
It's got the big 5 on it.
Yeah. Well,
he still wears his long jackets with the 5 on it.
Yeah, because they don't want him to. He's not. He's replacing Mick Mars's spot, but he's not trying to be Mick Mars. Yeah. He still comes in as John 5.
Yeah. He's his own.
I love it. Yeah.
Persona. But he's a part of Motley Crue now, you know. So he's a member.
It is kind of cool though that he's John 5 and Nikki 6 and Tommy 9.5.
Tommy 9.5.
Tommy 9.5. That's pretty damn good.
I just now cut on that. Oh my God, that's good though.
You're welcome.
Listen, you got John 5, Nikki 6, Tommy 9.5. That's awesome.
Oh, I bet it is.
It is. That's pretty good. No, but yeah. So going back to that, I think John 5's up. Awesome guitars.
Yes.
That was all good things. We gotta wrap this up. We gotta wrap this 9.5 minute. We got. Oh God! All right.
Be careful what you say. The music's playing. I can't edit it.
We would like to thank everybody for listening to this episode of Guillotine Guitars. This is. I can't. This was our guitar segment of Guillotine's Guitars. We hope you enjoyed it. We thank you for listening. We hope you continue to follow us. Make sure you hit you hit that subscribe button and like button on YouTube. That helps us a lot. We will see you guys next time. This is Guillotines and Guitars, and we're out.
We are